is something we use when we're kind of managing our 30 or so different sites, our 250 hives around the city. One of the things I think is really important is that we talk so much about the difficulties in the economy at the moment. It's so hard to get going. It's hard to find resources. It's so hard to make money. It's hard to get permission. But I don't think that's true. I think if you have the right ideas, we are in a position where everything is changing, where there are massive opportunities to create all sorts of interesting projects. We just need to find the right ways of doing it, the right ways of organising it, and the right arguments for organising the people that are beginning to fall out of the work market as today in ways where they are politically empowered to do something about it. One example that we're working with is with the Municipal Water Authority. So we have 150 sites around Copenhagen where there's bits of infrastructure for moving water in and out of the city. 10 years ago there were 2 or 3 people who worked in each of these sites, turning the taps on and off. 96% have been fired or stopped, and now it's all run by computers and by automatic systems from one office over here. That means that all of these sites are available. They want people to use it. They'll give them for free. Yeah. We put bees on them. You can put small farms on them. You can keep animals on them. You can begin to use this physical spaces to reconnect with communities in new ways.
So there's not being built anything on these?
Some of them is being built on them. Some of them, new technology means that you can keep them secure without having to have a person there all the time, but you still need somebody to visit it. We can make the same argument about other kinds of traditional infrastructure from yesterday's economy. Churches, banks, post offices, shopping centres, shopping malls, supermarkets, all of these industries and ideas that are under threat and under pressure. And moving out and looking for new ways to involve people. Factories, post-industrial areas where factories are moving out and looking for creative ways to re-engage them. We're part of a movement that wants to use these spaces to create a more inclusive community and one that enriches our physical environment at the same time. What's that going to look like in the future? That's one of the most exciting questions we can look at. Right?
Who knows, yeah.
How do we organise it?
Yeah.
How do we have ownership models? How do we make sure it's democratic? The objective isn't to come with the answers to that, but it's to step back enough that these networks and structures can organise themselves around the entrepreneurs and initiative takers that are out there already. Yeah. And as soon as we step away from this idea of job creation, then those opportunities begin to reveal themselves.
So it's a matter of perspective, you can say.
It's not just a matter of perspective, it's a matter of actual political awakening as well.
Yeah.
It's, I think we're stuck in a kind of, to use a sort of old Marxist metaphor, false consciousness around how powerless and pressured a lot of people really are. The analogy is that 200 years ago, before the labour movement, before Marx and so on, the same questions were arising around the first factory workers, before factories were really a thing, before everyone knew what they were. Now we have a new generation of people who are looking at new ways of organising themselves, and we need to find ways of giving them the space to do it in a way where they can actually express how important they are for our communities, and to organise in a way where their power and their work is valued.
So it's sort of power back to community, and community is what is going to build and save us in a way.
Well, community is a bit of a weaselly word because it covers all kinds of things. We all like community, right? But one way or another, it's about new forms of organisation and new forms of production. Universal basic income, how's that going to work? What level would it be set at? Yeah. How do you begin to create opportunities for this layer of kind of half freelance Uber, what are they called, these
sharing economy
jobs, where you also make sure that there's a sort of ownership involved, for those people? These are all questions that we need to look at. But it needs to be happening as part of the productive movement. That's what we're doing with honey and with bees as the foundation of that.